The story of Buddhism begins around 12,000 kilometers away in Lumbini, also known as, which is modern-day Nepal. Siddhartha Gautama was born into a wealthy family in Lumbini, modern-day Nepal, in 563 BC. At the age of 29, he had a realization that wealth and luxury did not guarantee happiness. He began to explore different religious teachings and philosophies of the time, in hope to find the key to human happiness. It took him 6 years of study and meditation until he had found the middle path, and he was enlightened. After his enlightenment, he was known as Buddha and spent the rest of his life teaching the principles of Buddhism, also known as the Dharma, or truth. He did this until his death at the age of 80. Followers of Buddhism believe in a variety of things that vary through provinces, countries, and states throughout the world. The one thing they all agree on, though, is the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. The first Noble Truth can be summed up to that life is suffering. Life will always include getting old, pain, diseases, and ultimately death, as well as psychological suffering, such as loneliness, frustration, depression, fear, and embarrassment. This is a fact that cannot be denied. The second noble truth is that suffering is caused by a craving and aversion. It states that we will suffer if we expect other people to conform to our expectations, if we do not get something we want. In simpler terms, getting what you want does not guarantee happiness. Instead of constantly struggling to get what you want, try to modify your wanting, as wanting deprives us of our contentment and happiness to ourselves and others. The third noble truth is that suffering can be overcome and happiness can be attained. True happiness and contentment are possible if we give up our useless cravings and begin to learn to live each day at a time. We can become completely happy and free. This is also known as nirvana. The fourth noble truth is that the Noble Eightfold Path is the path which will lead us to the end of suffering. This then leads us to the Noble Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path is the act of being moral and focusing on the mind and being fully aware of our thoughts and actions, as well as developing our wisdom by understanding the Four Noble Truths and developing a compassion for others. The Dharma wheel is also called the Dharma chakra. It is often used to represent Buddha himself. The Dharma wheel has 8 spokes and they represent Buddha's Eightfold Path. The eternal knot is the intertwining of lines, said to symbolize how everything in life is connected. It can also represent how religion, life, as well as compassion and wisdom are united and connected to each other. Meditation is used by Buddhists to change how their mind works and help develop their knowledge. Buddhists see meditation as an important part of their everyday lives. They believe that no matter how much we wish to be good, we cannot change the desires that make us act the way we do. For example, a person may realize that he is being impatient with the people around him. He may promise to himself that from now on he's not going to be so impatient, but an hour later he finds himself shouting at someone simply because he was not aware of himself. His own impatience had come out without him knowing. Meditation is what helps develop the awareness and the energy needed to change mental habits and patterns. To practice meditation, do as follows. The first step is to find a suitable place, preferably a room that is not too noisy and where you're not likely to be disturbed. Next step is to sit in a comfortable posture. The common posture is to sit with your legs folded, pillow under your butt, back straight, and hands nestled in your laps with your eyes closed. You'll now be ready to begin the actual practice itself. Next comes the practice itself. Quietly sit with your eyes closed and focus your attention on the in and out motion of your breath. You can do this by counting your breaths or watching the rise and fall of your abdomen. You will eventually start getting irritated, you might get an itch or something. Just push through it. You will then start to think about the things going around in your life. You push through that. You are now in deep meditation.